better. Good morning. Oh man. It is, let's see here, 7:24 a.m. on March 16th. And hopefully within the next 30 minutes I'll be fishing. I don't know if you can see the rain on the window. It's been pouring out. It's way better here than it was when I left home this morning at 6. The forecast is supposed to be horrible rain and winds up to 80 kilometers an hour at some point today. But we're going to be on the bank fishing with some members of the match club that I fish with. Some of them were here yesterday and absolutely crushed it. Lyle had a bunch of fish. Miro had a bunch of fish, even a really nice mirror. And this is the location of the first match of the season I think on the 6th of April. So, having never fished here before, a bunch of us have been coming up here earlier in the week, yesterday. Today I'm meeting up with a couple more, and we're going to try some of the match style tactics that we'll be using when the first match of the year starts, to try and pick up some carp. There's apparently other species in here, but I don't have stuff with me for that. And if you're wondering what the location is, this place is affectionately known as the Shitter. Our buddy Paul did a video here a few years back, fishing carp, I think in like late spring, early summer. This place has a reputation of kicking out fish throughout the winter. The water temperature just seems to be that little bit warmer. I've never been here. I've seen it in photos and videos, and when they said that the first match of the season was going to be here, I was like, I really don't want to go to Hamilton. Not really keen on the idea of fishing a place called the Shitter. But the quality of fish that was coming out yesterday to Lyle and Miro for what we would need to do a match was like, okay, this could be fun. This could be a lot of fun. And I haven't had a fish in weeks. The last fish I had was through the ice about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. So I'm really itching to get a couple of fish in the net and dust off some match gear. I'm going to be using a feeder rod. I also have I have a couple other rods with me, but the goal is basically fishing either the bomb or the feeder, and sweet corn, small pop-ups. I've got some of the Take 4 Crustasia pop-ups from DT Baits, some of the little 12 mil pineapple and stuff like that. I got just an assortment that I got thrown in the bag, a whole bunch of the Take 4 ones. So yeah, enough rambling in the car. I'm just waiting for Nuno to show up because we were going to meet at 8 a.m. That might be him pulling in there. A red pickup just flew in beside me just now. They quickly grabbed their gear, like they were already like in the rain gear ready to go. Grabbed the gear out of the back and ran down to the water. So obviously yesterday's activities got some attention, and hopefully I can show you a little bit about how it goes for me today. Let's go get some carp. Wind's picking up, and it's really wet, but we're getting gear set up. I forgot my actual chair that I use for match fishing. It's like a nice camping chair with a little table on it. I forgot that. So I'm gonna have to make do with one of my camp chairs. We've got a couple of carpers just to the right with more traditional setups, pods, multiple rods. They got their little bivvy set up at the top of the hill. I'm setting up on a point directly across from a drain that goes into another marshland on the other side. Nuno's just to my left. He's setting up his new seat box, and he's got a pole set up with him and stuff. We're gonna try a few different things. And yeah, I got my new Preston net with a long net handle that is probably going to be too flimsy. I do have a carp net here if I have any issues. I'm going to start out with the feeder rod, so I need to get a little bit of bait put together and start getting some out there, and then figure out how to get these in the ground when there's nothing but rock. So I'm going to check back in with you once I'm actually set up and ready to cast out. There's definitely some flow here, which I will definitely be using to my advantage. I'm going to start out with the method feeder. Because of the guys doing so well yesterday on just simply sweet corn, and I think they did get them on pop-ups. I'm going to start on sweet corn, and with a little bit of just some little pack bait I made up with some tiger nut and corn ground bait, some oats, and some superfruit liquid. I do have some 8 mil pop-ups with me, the nemesis of my carp fishing. They're northern specials. They're the only 8 mils I could get my hands on from anybody. I got them from the Canadian Carp Club shop. That's always a good shop for those weird kind of out of the way things that you just can't find anywhere else. Somehow Tony's got them. So I'm going to start out just method feeder, a couple pieces of corn on a hair, and then I might switch to a bayonet rig and put a little 8 mil pop-up on it and see what that does, and then we'll adjust from there. Yeah, that current is boogieing. Nice little line right down the center of the channel there. I don't know how deep it is yet. I'm not going to plumb around. You know me, best way to figure something out is just to start fishing it. Looks like Lyle, who was here yesterday, has just popped down for a visit. I think he's buying some gear off of Nuno, which is definitely interrupting his setup time because I want to see Nuno get into a few fish today. We'll pop over there and check on him shortly once he's set up. I'm almost ready to actually start putting a line in. Rod set up, I got a net ready, and I mixed my pack bait before I left the house this morning. Like I said, it's tiger nut and corn ground bait, some oats, superfruit liquid, like a good helping of superfruit liquid because it's my favorite, and 1 can of cream corn. So if I play my cards right, a little dollop of this on a small, I think it's a 20 gram or a 30 gram Preston feeder, and just like 1 or 2 kernels of corn on the, like, directly on a hook, I'm going to start with that, the way I would start in any of the matches that I've done, just fishing light, fishing small. Then as the day progresses, like I said, I'll try a bayonet rig with the small, like size 14, size 12 hooks. I have everything with me. If I need to upscale, I can tie up some proper hair rigs. I also have a 12-foot, 3-pound carp rod with me. So if the stamp of fish seems to be a little bit bigger than my little match rod can handle, I can scale that up. Like I said, I got a bigger carp net with me. So yeah, pretty much set up to be able to scale up as needed. And I'm almost ready. What am I going to start with? I got some Tutti Frutti corn that's like really old and gross. I can use just regular sweet corn. I've got the Northern Specials 8mm pop-ups. I brought way more bait than I was going to need for sure. What else do I got in here? I got just an assorted mix of pop-ups that I threw in one container for match fishing, so I don't have to carry all kinds of containers of pop-ups. And then these are dumbbell wafters. They're the DT Crustacea. I have yet to catch on Crustacea because I won't go down to 1 rod when I'm properly fishing carp. But in my match scenarios where I can only use 1 rod, I can use these, I guess they're crustacean meal flavors. So these will be getting tried today. And yeah, the flow's picking up. This is looking really, really good. There's the setup. I forgot my propper chair, so I got my new One Tigress chair, which I absolutely love. There is a review coming on all 3 of the One Tigress chairs I have. Just a cheap little rod stand so I can keep equipment off of the floor when I'm at other locations. The Daiwa End Zone feeder rod right there with a little Daiwa Laguna reel. There's 10-pound braid on that. And that's what we're starting with. Okay. No doubt this is going to be tricky, with both cameras going. It turns out it's a 24-gram Guru feeder. I thought it was a Preston one. Just a tiny bit of pack bait, single piece of Tutti Frutti corn. And, the carpers have just put their lines in. I would expect them to do well. With the amount of carp that came out yesterday, they should get into some fish pretty quickly. There's a propane tank floating by right there. There's a lot of garbage here that's going to need to be cleaned up. Most definitely a lot of garbage to be cleaned up here. So certainly if we don't get enough of it this time when we come back for the match, I'll be handing out garbage bags and hopefully everybody will pitch in. But for now, let's get this feeder rod out there, kind of on the tail end, upstream of where I put all that sweet corn. Helps if you open the bail and don't fling your hook bait off. Don't mind me, I'm rusty as hell. I've been fishing trout and ice fishing for the past 3 months. Let's try that again. Open the bail. Yeah. That is deep. That's much deeper than I thought. Should be interesting though. the wildlife here is amazing. We've seen beavers, we've seen mergansers, there's been dirty bird cormorants. I saw an American coot, which is only the second one I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, hopefully this one will be able to see the rod, and Nuno's back. He's setting up his gear now. We're excited. It's like a match fishing without the match. There's fish right there. That was silly. Hopefully that camera picked that up. That was a drop back. Very quick drop back, and then it's just a yank. For some context, I bought this feeder rod last year. Oh my god. I bought this feeder rod last year, and all I've had with it is like 6 and 8 inch catfish. I've not had a carp on this rod yet. Oh my god, that was seconds. Absolutely just a second. Oh, it's crazy. There's definitely some dead line around here. Just felt to go through some on the shore. I've been tripping on it. Lots of cleanup to do here. Oh wow, this is big. This is. I'm gonna have to set the carp net up after this. This is probably too big for my new Preston net. This is probably 8-10 pounds. Way bigger for this light here than I was expecting. It's the superfruit liquid, I'm telling you. If you haven't put superfruit liquid on anything that you're using for bait, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. Nuno, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Okay, which camera angle is it? I'm gonna have to set up the carp net. Oh, yeah, we'll be switching nets. I just broke the net handle, which is fine. I'll buy a new one. We're okay to start with 10 pounders. Why not? Horrible horizon shot angle. Oh man, what a fish. First carp of the year. shit net handle anyways. Like Nuno says, spend the money, get the good ones. But I think for this scenario, we'll set up the carp net. We're gonna need it. Oh man, that was absolutely amazing. I don't even care that I broke that net handle. Piece of crap. I bought it just to try out one that length, see if I can handle it. It was dirt cheap. It's like 4.2 meters. It's, you know, a long handle to be dealing with trying to scoop up a fish. So, like Nuno says, I'll spend the money, get something quality. Now, I know for sure I'm going to have to, because I really like that net, that Preston net that is just covered in slime. That handled that fish really well, taking it in, and that's one of the smaller sizes of that net. Nuno has the next one up. He's not even set up yet. I should have taken a picture of that fish, first carp of the year. So what we're going to do is I'm going to keep track of my numbers. Nuno's going to keep track of his weight. I think he might actually put a keep net out so we can weigh all his fish afterwards. So a little clicker. 1. This is a really interesting way to gauge how the match is going to go when we have it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That was seconds. So wait, there's a cormorant that just dropped right while I want to cast. If I could get a fish in seconds, we could be looking at really big weights when we get here for the actual match. It's really, really deep. So for there, I'm a little bit further right than I was on the last cast. Set up a rear rod rest too, but it's actually easier to mount it a little bit differently. A lot of trial and error today. I forgot my hand towel, forgot my chair, forgot everything that makes it a little bit more comfortable. Just want a little bend. Hopefully I can zoom in with the other camera to see all that. Just a little bend in the rod, just for the tension of the feeder. That way I can really see exactly what's going on there. If anything moves it, like that one with a drop back or a good hard take. It's a very, very industrial area, but they've done a lot of rehabilitation work here, which has done wonders for the wildlife. Like I mentioned earlier, it looks amazing with this heavy, disgusting industrial backdrop behind us out over there. You don't see it as much this way, but then there's beavers swimming by and ducks and songbirds. The red-winged blackbirds are out in full force. Can't really complain about the conditions. It's overcast. It's been raining on and off all morning. Started yesterday, but it was 13 degrees through the night. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I was ice fishing, and like locally, not even up north or anything. And now here I am, going from. I just took the ice hut out of the van yesterday with all the ice gear to set it up for the carp fishing. and the match gear and stuff, trout gear. So now I've got the van all nice and cleaned out and ready to go. And it's like the blink of an eye, it went from minus 20 to almost plus 20. Now I can see a good run of bubbles on the far bank. So just downstream from that overflow pipe, just to the right of it, probably 2 rod lengths this way from the bank, good lines of bubbles coming up, which I'm not seeing anywhere else, not in the middle, not on this side. That might be worth a cast in a little bit. For this kind of location, there's the cold wind from the right, and as it circles, it warms right up on us. But the conditions for getting a couple of spring carp, it's not even spring for another week yet, so we're technically still winter. These conditions are absolutely perfect for what I would want to be fishing today. With this style, absolutely. belly on that. Oh man, I love this feeder rod. Oh, that's heavier than the first one. Beauty. Okay. I just put that second fish back about 10 minutes ago. The wind has gotten just ridiculous. That is, sorry. Oh, don't mind that. A little bit of silliness. It was expected that the wind would do that. It's supposed to get like really bad, but I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have the wind and the rain at the same time. I'll fish out in the open in the wind if there's no rain, but if there's rain, I gotta cover my gear and me. And because I'm not fishing and I've got to maybe set up or on flat ground where I can stuff this in the mud, we're on rock, and that pretty much ensures that there's not much forgiveness in kind of how we place things, because the wind is going to get under it from every direction. So I'm going to have to just suck it up and get wet to a certain degree. Nuno's got an amazing setup over there with all this new equipment, the seat box. So the stuff that I want to get, now I see how it looks. Now I want it even more. Is that fish? Oh, I thought you had a fish. Yeah, I want the gear even more now. But yeah, like he can't even put his umbrella up because it'll just blow away. Like his umbrella will blow over here as soon as he puts it on. That last bite was a great bite. Not the first time we've had situations like every time I fish with the match guys, it pours rain, like every single time. And it happens a lot where I have to actually have the umbrella sideways, so there's clear sky above my head because the rain is blowing that hard past with the wind. But as I said before, you're going to want really good conditions. Really good conditions for spring carp fishing. This is what you want for sure. I should have wore the bib pants down. The feeder, the rod tip just came back and then went back to where it was. So I had a knock on the feeder. Wind and rain is going to limit my ability to film this very well. What I might have to do is just kind of hunker into the brawly and try and stay warm and dry as best I can, and then just switch things on if I get another fish. I think that's the situation we're in right now for probably an hour or so. I think it's a safe bet that when we have the match in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be a big weight of fish. I have a feeling with all the bait that's going to go in, as long as the line pressure doesn't really put the fish off, with the amount of bait that's going to be in, there should be a ton of fish that get on it. It's not going to take many fish to get a big weight fast. If we just look at the two that I've had, I figure they were both around the 10, 11 pound mark. The second one being definitely heavier than the first one. 4 of those, 5 of those in a 6-hour match. That could be a really big deal, especially if your neighbor only gets one. Or it's going to be fun. I think the match is going to be a lot of fun. Now that I can see the terrain, how steep the banks are, how kind of difficult setting up is going to be, I can make adjustments between now and then instead of showing up here blind like I do to most of the matches. I got an idea of the setup space. I got an idea now of how deep the water is in the middle. I can see them feeding on the far margin. It's probably 6 or 7 feet, just a few meters out. All really good information to get just by doing a simple pre-fish with a couple of the guys. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention and it just went boom. I really want Nuno to get a fish. It's always the case, isn't it, with carp fishing? Even though a lot of us are solitary anglers, it's always so much better when the anglers that are with you catch. Like almost better than when you do. Especially when they're a nice guy. I think I've missed 3 bites today. Oh, that one went way short. I am still getting used to the feeder rod. It's very different than heavier carp rods. It's very different from even my lighter carp rod. The tip is so flexible. You see every little thing, and because it's so amplified, it looks like a massive bite to me, but it probably literally is just something sucking the bait in, and that's it. One has to let up, the rain or the wind, just one or the other, not both. I'm not going to be greedy. coffee break there. Another member of the match club has shown up, Chris. He's going to set up over there beside Nuno. Just help him get his gear down the hill because it's really steep here. But just come back over, got the line back in, and now it's raining again. So right now I'm still trying the pop-up. Get one on the pop-up just to know that it's going to work. I don't want to come here during match day and actually just only catch on corn. I like to switch it up and try other things. So whatever I can try today will definitely help me out with more variety of baits. Camera's about to die. Biggest fish of the day so far. made the switch back to corn because I couldn't get a proper bite on the pop-up. I just had a couple of like whacks. That is a chunk. Looking at easily 14, 15 pounds. It's all belly, really thick across the back. On that light feeder rod, size 12 hook. Man, this is making carp fishing so much more fun lately. Oh, I'm loving this. There's some nice fish here, and they fight hard. Like, that's really good fights. That was exciting. Very exciting. 3 fish in, all on the light feeder rod. The hook holds with the tiny hooks is just they're perfect, absolutely perfect. I gotta, oh yeah, battery's almost dead. I gotta change out the cameras, and hopefully Nuno and Chris will get one. And Nuno has a fish in the rain. Reel mine in because I want to go over there. Wait till the weather got the Maybe it's like a 20-pound rod.
There's something there.
Strong, eh? Oh, wow. That's a good one. Look at the wrist of his tail on that. You don't come here for little fish. Look at that thing. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. You got a candy wrapper in at the same time. Oh my God. That's awesome. That's the biggest one of the day. That's massive.
I win a big fish.
Oh my God.
The size of this thing.
That's awesome. I want to take a picture of you for the guys with that. It's your turn, Chris.
Huh?
It's your turn now. Nuno took his time, that's all. Oh my God, we're getting soaked. I would say that's damn close to 20 if it's not 20. But that looks to be over 20 to me. That's a pig.
Should I put it on a net and wait a bit at the end?
If you want to, but we're not catching that many to worry about it.
Fuck it. Oh, look at the size of this pig.
That's the stuff I use the big equipment for.
That's massive.
Oh, that's a pig.
Beautiful.
Well done. Good job, buddy. Oh, poor Chris. Just when it got really bad, Nuno catches a monster. been a few hours. I did lose another fish. Dave Newman came down for a visit, and I had a good one on and lost it. Nuno had another fish and lost it. That one got into a snag and broke him off. Come on. Look at that. For a day of fishing with Love here, man, this has been really, really awesome. Great day. Heartburn's killing me. My back is killing me. Most likely going to be packing up soon. Yeah, losing the fish that I had when Dave was here, that was a heartbreaker because I didn't get to fight it very long. It came to the surface, everybody else saw it. I was looking the other way, and then it just spit the hook. That one, I was fishing a little bit closer. Seemed like the flow had picked up way too much, so I fished closer, and that was a hard bite. So yeah, it's been a really good day fishing with these guys. The wind sucks, obviously. I'm going to put the camera away for now, so even if we get some monsters later, I probably won't bring the camera out. But for a first carping session of the season, you know, a little pre-match fish, get out with the guys, you know, enjoy their company, you know, learn a few things. All of us trying a new spot for the first time. Great day, absolutely great day. Looking forward to the match in a couple weeks.